A few tips for anyone wanting to open a restaurant brewery. You have to study the market. It would be best to open a business in a place where there isn't already a restaurant brewery. Competition, for example, in St. Petersburg in this sphere is very serious. Not all restaurants in this segment are successful. We always knew that Caspary is one of the best manufacturers of restaurant breweries in the world. It's interesting that working in a Caspary brewery, you're connected to the present history of brewing. Caspary is a pioneer in matters of restaurant brewing. I wouldn't skimp on quality. It's not a small investment, but at the same time you get high reliability. We have, for example, a large beer garden, and in high season, when there are thousands of people and no beer, as it was with the old brewery, it's a complete disaster. Also, the manufacturer of the brewery should help work out the productivity of the brewery. The volume of our brew house is now twice what it was before, and the annual output of beer sold since the opening of the new brewery has increased by 70%. The brewery paid for itself within the first 2 years of operation. A second-hand brewery can be a pig in a poke. To choose a brewery, even a new one, you need to be an expert, and in order to understand how well a used brewery will work, you really need to know your stuff. Used equipment is always scratched or with internal cracks that can't be cleaned. In the old brewery that we had before installing the Caspary equipment, there were many days when we couldn't brew beer while we waited for spare parts. Because of problems with the equipment at the old brewery, the beer sometimes had wart infection, and as a result we even lost some beer. For us, this was unacceptable, especially in high season. Bad breweries are those in which the brewer is covered in oil up to the elbows and is constantly repairing his brewery, as it was in our old brewery. Now I don't have to do all that, and I can concentrate on my real work, brewing beer. Keeping to the concept is a very important condition for success. If it's a restaurant brewery, then, in my opinion, it should be that and nothing more. It should be authentic. It's important that the brewer is comfortable working in the brewery and that the guests are interested in visiting. Our new brewery is a very beautiful building. The brew house on the top level is made of copper. This is a decorative element. Inside the brew house and the rest of the brewery equipment is all stainless steel, of course. Why copper? Copper simply sells more beer. There are small economical cars and cars with large powerful engines. You can drive from one city to another in both of them. However, in a more powerful car, it's faster and safer, if, for example, you need to overtake. This is analogical to our brewery. When you have high daily sales, 1,000 liters, 1,500 liters, 2,000 liters, you have to be confident in your equipment. In that, there is the ability to produce such a large volume of beer. This year, one day, we sold 2,000 liters of beer. You could say that Caspary is the Mercedes of the restaurant brewery world. Confidence is the same for a good car as it is for a brewery. I really like to be sure at the beginning of the season that it will be successful and end successfully. There will be plenty of work, we'll make a lot of tasty beer, and then, with peace of mind, we can go on holiday. That's what's important.